everyone, welcome to Pabbly. So in this video we are going to learn how to add your website form leads to the MailChimp instantly. So I run a business where I want to add my website form leads to the MailChimp as a new subscriber. So for building this integration between my website form and MailChimp, I am going to use an amazing automation tool that is Pabbly Connect, which is going to save my time and keep my customers engaged. So let's dive into my screen for creating this automation. Welcome to my screen. So in this video I am going to show you how you can add new subscriber to MailChimp from your own website form. So right before you on my screen you can see I have integrated two applications, that is Webhook by Pabbly and MailChimp. And by the help of this integration I am adding new subscriber to MailChimp with the help of my website form. So now I am going to show you how you can build this amazing automation for receiving new subscriber by your own website form. So for that you just have to use Pabbly Connect, but before building this automation I am going to show you the real working of this automation. So for that let's move on to my website form which I have created, and here you can see this is my website form where I am going to add new lead, and afterwards that lead will be added as a new subscriber to my MailChimp account. So now I am going to fill this for testing the automation which I have already built in. So now I am going to enter my full name as Smart User, and afterwards I am going to enter my email address as smartuser04@pabblytudes.com, and afterwards I am going to enter my phone number as well. Now I am going to simply submit this form, and here you can see our form has been successfully submitted. Now let's move on to my MailChimp account to check whether we are receiving a new subscriber over there or not. So here you can see in my MailChimp account I am landed to my home page. So now let's move on to this page, that is audience, and here you can see I am successfully receiving my subscriber which I have recently entered over my website form. So here you can see the email address which I have recently entered, that is smartuser04@pabblytudes.com, its name that is Smart User, and its phone number or the mobile number. So here you can see our automation is working properly. So you can also build this automation for your own business by just using Pabbly Connect, and for accessing the Pabbly Connect you just have to type its URL over the new tab, that is pabbly.com/connect, and once you will enter the URL you will be getting the landing page of Pabbly, and here you can see we are getting two options, that is sign in and sign up free. So if you are a new user you can simply click over this sign up free, but if you are an existing user you can simply click over this sign in. And if you sign up your account for free over the Pabbly Connect you get 100 free tasks every month for practicing Pabbly Connect. But before moving on forward I am going to tell you about Pabbly Community. So here you can see this is the page of Pabbly Community where automation users, marketers and business owners gather to share their ideas, ask questions and get relevant updates regarding using the Pabbly applications. So you can also join Pabbly Community now and grow your business with us. And if you wish to join the Pabbly Community you can find link in the description given below. Now let's move on to my Pabbly Connect again, and here I am going to simply click over this sign in and you will be landed to the all Pabbly apps page where you can see the products provided by Pabbly. And as we are going to integrate some applications we will be using this Pabbly Connect app. So for that you simply have to click over this access now button and we will be landed to the dashboard page of Pabbly Connect, which can be seen here. And on this dashboard page you can see these are the folders I have created, and inside these folders I have created my workflows by integrating many applications. So if you also want to create your own folder you simply have to click over this create a new folder button, and here you have to provide the folder name, and afterwards if you want you can select the parent folder as well, and the next you have to click over this create button and your folder will be created. And now I am going to create a workflow. So for that you simply have to click over this create workflow button, and here you will be getting the option for selecting the workflow builder. So here we are getting two workflow builder, that is beta which is modern, faster and more flexible, and another workflow builder we are getting is classic which will provide you stable and familiar approach. So here I am going to use this newly launched workflow builder beta. So for that you simply have to click over this select button, and here you will be landed to this dialog box where you have to provide the workflow name. So now I am going to provide a name to my workflow here. So here I am providing it the name add your website leads to MailChimp instantly, and afterwards I am going to select my folder as automation. Now we simply have to click over this create button, and here you can see we are receiving this pop-up which says workflow created successfully, and we are landed to a workflow page where you can see the option of adding the trigger. Now you might be wondering what is this trigger. So trigger is our first application or the application which is going to initiate a workflow. So in this case I want to initiate my workflow as soon as I receive a new lead over my website form. But for building the integration between my website form and Pabbly Connect I have will be using Webbook by Pabbly. So here I am going to select my trigger app as Webbook by Pabbly. So for that you simply have to click over this add trigger button and you will be landed to this trigger setup page where I am going to select my trigger app as Webbook by Pabbly, and afterwards I am going to select my app event as Sketch Webbook. Now we simply have to click over this connect button, and here you can see we are receiving this Webbook URL with the steps for pasting this Webbook URL. So this is the Webbook URL which is going to act as a bridge between my website form and Pabbly Connect. So now let's copy this Webbook URL, and now let's move on towards the code which I have created for this website form. So let's go to my code for this form. So here you can see this is the code of my form, where after this word fetch I have pasted a dummy URL. So this is the place where I am going to enter my Webbook URL. So now let's remove this dummy URL from here, and now I am going to paste the Webbook URL which I have recently received from my Pabbly Connect. So here I have pasted it. Now we simply have to go to file, and here we have to click over the save button for saving this Webbook URL in my code. So here we have provided the Webbook URL. Now let's move on to my Pabbly Connect again. So here you can see in my Pabbly Connect it is waiting for the webhook response. So for providing the webhook response we have to do the test submission, and for doing the test submission we have to fill our website form. So now let's move on to my website form again, and here I am going to fill this form again. So here you can see I have filled this form providing full name, demo user, email demouser11@pabblytudes.com, and the phone number. Now I am going to simply click over the submit button, and here you can see our form has been successfully submitted. Now let's move on to my Pabbly Connect to check whether we are receiving the response over there or not. So here you can see in my Pabbly Connect I am successfully receiving this response, that is response A, with all the details which I have recently entered over my website form. So with this we are done with the trigger app, and we can have only one trigger app. But now I am going to add my action step or action app, and you can have many action application, action app or action step. So for that you simply have to click over this add new action step button, and here you will be landed to this action setup page where I am going to select my action app as MailChimp, as I am going to create a subscriber over that. So here you can see I am getting this application, so I am going to select it, and afterwards I am going to select my app event as add new member with custom fields. Now we simply have to click over this connect button, and here we are landed to the MailChimp connection page where we are getting two options, that is select existing connection and add new connection. So if you already have an existing connection you can use select existing connection, and if you want to build a new connection you can use this, that is add new connection. And here you can see we are already getting our connection name, and afterwards it is asking me to paste the token and the data centers. So for getting these data, that is token and data center, you can visit this help desk and get information from here. Now for getting all these data, let's move on to my MailChimp account. So here you can see I'm landed to my MailChimp account where I'm going to simply click over this profile, and afterwards here you can see we are getting the option for profile. So you just have to select it, and you will be landed to the profiles page where you have to select this option of extras, and as you will select it you will be getting this option of API keys. So you just have to select it, and you will be landed to this API keys page where you can create your own API keys. So now let's scroll down, and here you can see these are the API keys I have created. And now for creating a new API key we simply have to click over this create a key button, and here you have to provide the API key name. So now I am going to provide a name to my API key. So here I am providing it the name website form key. Now we simply have to click over this generate key button, and here you can see we are getting our API key. So now let's copy this API key, and now let's move on towards my Pabbly Connect for pasting this API key. So now I am going to paste it over here, and afterwards it is asking me to enter my data center. So for getting the data center, again you have to move to my MailChimp account with me. So in my MailChimp account, on the search bar you can see this is the data center which we are getting, that is US6. So this is the data center which you have to paste over your Pabbly Connect for building the connection between MailChimp and Pabbly Connect. So now I am going to enter this data center over my Pabbly Connect. So now let's copy it and let's paste it over my Pabbly Connect. So here I have pasted it. Now we simply have to click over the save button, and here you can see our connection has been saved successfully, and here we are getting some of the fields. So the first field we are getting is for choose audience list. So it is already selected as Pabbly Connect, and from here you can select your own audience list, and afterwards we are getting this field, that is email address and many more. Now we just have to provide the email address of the lead which we have recently received from our website form, but now I am not going to perform it manually, means I am not going to write it manually, because I am going to perform mapping in all these fields. Now you might be thinking what is this mapping? So mapping is basically inserting formatting the data from the previous step so that you don't have to enter your values again and again, as mapping makes the field dynamic. So here I am going to perform mapping by taking responses from this webbook by Pabbly. So the process of mapping is you simply have to select the field which you want to map, and afterwards you have to select the application where you are receiving the data. So here I am receiving my data in webbook by Pabbly, so I am going to map it from here. So here you can see in my webbook by Pabbly I am getting this email address, so I am going to map it, and this field will be dynamic, means this is going to change with every new responses. And afterwards we are getting some of the fields, and here we are getting the field that is first name. So in spite of first name I am going to map my full name. So here I am done with this, and afterwards I am going to map the mobile number. So here you can see I have mapped my mobile number as well, and these fields are dynamic, means as soon as you will receive new leads over your website form, the new subscriber will be added to the MailChimp account. So here we are done with our mapping of all the necessary fields. Now we simply have to click over the save and send test request, and here you can see I am receiving a positive response which demonstrates that we might have built in the connection and added our new subscriber to MailChimp account. So now let's move on to our MailChimp to check whether we are receiving the response over there or not. So here in my MailChimp account, again I am going to select this option, that is audience, on the sidebar, and here you can see we are landed to this contacts page where you can see that I am successfully receiving this response, and this lead is having the same name which I have recently entered over my website form, that is demo user, email demouser11@pabblytudes.com, and the phone number. So here you can see how easily I have built in this automation without even a single word coding. So you can also build an amazing automation like this for enhancing your own business and saving your data without any manual work, and this is going to save your time as well. So what are you waiting for? Start using Pabbly Connect now, and stay tuned to our YouTube channel for learning more about Pabbly and creating many more amazing automations and integrations like this. And if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe our channel, and if you want to practice this workflow, you can find its link in the description given below. And if you have any doubt, you can post it over the comment sections. So thank you for watching this video. Not only this automation, you can build many more integrations like this by just using Pabbly Connect. So if you have any doubt, you can mail us at support@pabbly.com, and if you have any queries, you can post it over the forums.pabbly.com. and if you have any pricing related issue, then you can visit the URL given over here. So start using Pabbly Connect for free now.